Hey everyone, welcome back to Tea and Therapy. I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend, whatever it was that you were doing. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the latest events in regards to Harry and Meghan. The fact that they are just, in my opinion, very lazy. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I feel that is, and yeah, just kind of my reasoning behind that. And also a little bit about the coronation. So many people have asked me, do I think they're going to come to the coronation? Why do I think then probably not? So I'm just going to give my thoughts and opinions on this, and as always try and give it a therapeutic perspective. So I hope that maybe you can align that to something in your life that maybe will help you navigate that. If you have not checked out my other channel, it is called Just Therapy UK. If you are more interested in the mental health aspect, tips and tools to help with it with regards to therapy, life coaching, whatever it is, then that might be the channel for you. So please go across and check that out. And if you would love to subscribe, I'd be very grateful, or even like some of the videos that I've already done over there. It is a very, very new channel, and I'm hoping that it will grow and hopefully help more people. So that being said, for those of you who don't know by now, if you've been with me for a while, you should grab your drink of choice, whether it be tea, whether it be coffee, whether it be cherries and berries. As you know that I love this drink, and so many of you do ask me about this drink. It is a cordial or a squash that you dilute with water. It is not a named brand. You can get it from most supermarkets over here in the UK. And yeah, I just love it. It's just one of my favorite drinks. For those of you that are elsewhere, some people have found it in Walmart, some people have found it in other places where you can buy a cherry drink and a mixed berry drink, combine them together, mix them with sparkling water or some kind of drink of your choice, and enjoy. So yeah, so that being said, if you want to add a little something to that drink of choice, because as my flag says behind me, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So let's grab the drink and dive right in. So, as always, these two just seem to dominate the news. And I really do hear you guys when you say you're so sick and tired of them. Believe you me, I am too, which is partly some of the reason why I also wanted to do the other channel. However, as I've said before, I think it is really important that us YouTubers and other people on social media, and even some in the media, keep exposing the truth, the reality, as opposed to what they try to spin. So of course, at the moment, what is dominating the media, which frustrates me no end, is the fact, will they, won't they? Will they, won't they come to the coronation? And I have had so many emails asking me, what do I think? Do I think they're going to come? And if I do, what do I think is going to happen? So I thought, right, okay, well, I'm going to do a video on this because first and foremost, this is just so frustrating to me, and I'm sure to most of you, how they just dominate the media, even when they don't really have to do that much. And I do think this is a ploy by them to keep them relevant. All the time they keep everyone guessing. But it's not just that, it's the inconvenience of everything. I don't know if you guys have ever had a situation, whether you've got a wedding, it's your wedding or a birthday party or some event, and you got the seating arrangements, you have sent out all of your RSVPs, you kind of done everything you need to do, and there's that one or two significant people, and it's usually family members or very close friends, that just haven't replied. And then when you try to get through to them, they're kind of like, yeah, well, we think we will, or they don't bother to reply. And so you're kind of sitting there trying to work out the table arrangements of where people are going to go. And of course, there are a few people that would put these things on hold because they want to make sure that those people are included. However, there are also other people that would be like, you know what, you've missed the deadline. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the arrangements with the people that have RSVP'd. So when I say sent the RSVPs out, I meant invites. But so yeah, so the people that have RSVP'd, you'd be like, right, okay, they're the people that we're going to kind of include because they've bothered to reply. So let's sort this out. Now, if they decide to then come along, they're going to have to tag along at the back, or they're just going to have to be, put up with where they're seated, or they are just told, I'm sorry, but you had a deadline, you missed it. That's the consequences. So, of course, Harry and Meghan have missed the deadline for the RSVP. And, of course, still in the media is will they, won't they? Will they come? Will they not come? Or will Harry come on his own? Will they bring the children? Will they not bring the children? And this is what it's literally been turned into a circus. What should have been and is one of the most historical events of our lifetime has now been turned into a circus because of Harry and Meghan. But it's not just because of them. It's because, again, the media have bought into this. Whereas, in my opinion, if the media did nothing and just let them get on with it, then and focus purely and simply on the coronation and the events and how historical this is. We could be seeing in the media a lot of things about the late Queen and hers, and and as much as I know there have been some things, but again, it still seems that these two overshadow purposefully the coronation just because they haven't RSVP'd. And let's look at that. They haven't bothered, one of the most significant events in Harry's father's lifetime, and he is kind of sitting there like a petulant child, kind of going, well, I want an apology, I want this, I want that, I want to sing happy birthday to Archie on the balcony, and if you can't do that, then I'm just going to literally throw my toys out the pram and I'm going to not let you know whether I'm coming or going. Because their demands haven't been met. Well, we say alleged because obviously, as most things, I will always say that just in case for my own, safety. But why not treat them like you would treat anybody else? This is not a family event. It is a state event. So if they don't want to come, or if they have not RSVP'd in the time frame that everybody else has taken the courtesy to do that, then it becomes, you're not coming then. We'll take that off the table. If you want to behave like brats, which is kind of what they're doing, then we are just going to take this clearly difficult decision because you can't decide one way or the other. We're going to take that off the table, because we need to make arrangements. The fact that we have got this kind of going on in the media of the will they, won't they, when actually it literally should be how utterly disrespectful and childish this is for Harry and Meghan to be the last people to kind of go, do you know what, we're not sure. We're not sure whether we're coming. Okay. Let me make that decision for you then. You're not coming. Simple as. The problem you have is whoever is behind the scenes, and I'm possibly guessing potentially Charles, King Charles, is wanting his son there. He probably, in all fairness, couldn't give two hoots about Meghan, but he wants his son there. And I get that. As a parent, I get that. However, what he is doing still is pandering to them. Is they literally calling the shots here, rather than saying, you had a deadline. If you cannot make the simplest of decisions, bearing in mind, you've just flown however many miles to come to a court case in the UK that you didn't need to go to. You didn't go in the side door or the back door to kind of go in, do your bit, leave. You went in the front to make sure you got maximum exposure, which for two reasons. One, to take the limelight possibly away from what his parents and the rest of his family are doing. But also because his need for the media like exposure, it is so obvious. Most people, most celebrities who are in the public eye do not want media exposure. They want to lead a private life outside of the stuff that they do publicly. Not Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan are the complete opposite. And the reason being is because nobody really cares about them. That's why they have to orchestrate these pap shots, and why Harry has to go in the front door and kind of be like, oh, hi. You know, yet, according to him, he's terrified of coming to the UK because he fears for his life. He must have security paid by the taxpayer. But yet he will hop on a plane and come over here for something that he doesn't actually need to do, and then go in the front door where all the paparazzi and the media are, because obviously it's a high profile court case, rather than sneak in the back or the side entrance or whichever it is. No, he doesn't need to do that. Everything that he says is contradicted by his actions. I want privacy, but I'm going to do everything possibly that's completely different to what I'm saying. So then you then have to look at the fact. So he's okay to fly all this way for this court case that he doesn't need to go to, but couldn't come to see his grandmother, who was very, very ill. Couldn't come to see his grandfather, who was dying. Those weren't important to him. And what frustrates me the most is, again, the media don't seem to call him out. You know, yes, we have, like I say, Megyn Kelly, we have Piers Morgan, Dan Wootton, you know, and the people on GB News and those type of people. Yes, they call him out. But where is everybody else calling him out? The hypocrisy of this man-child, where he can literally hop on a plane and come all the way over here to a court case he doesn't need to go to, but yet cannot RSVP one of the most historical events of our lifetime, his father's coronation, can't put his own stuff to one side to actually think, you know what, I need to be here to support him, but sits there and wants demands and apologies. And honestly, it blows my mind how these two seem to just do everything possible to create havoc and mayhem and chaos. And yet, aside from, like I say, a select few people and certain YouTubers, nobody calls them out on this appalling childlike behaviour. And in my opinion, don't come. Stop. You know, King Charles needs to stop. Whoever it is that's behind the scenes that keeps pandering to these two of, yeah, but we're just going to give them one more chance. We're just going to give them another chance to kind of be better. And yet when they fluff that up, it's like, oh, do you know what? We're just going to give them another chance. If you keep enabling this behavior, it will continue. What you allow to continue will continue. The RSVP deadline has been and gone. In my opinion, this should be, don't come. You're not coming. You had your chance. You could have sorted this. You're not. Because now it's turning it into a circus. Now, when we are 3 weeks away from this event, we are still getting in the media, will they, won't they, will they, won't they. I don't care. Nobody really cares. Personally speaking, I don't want them there. And I'm pretty sure most of the British people don't want them there. And no offence, royal family, and I'm going to be open and honest here, you are where you are because the people want you there. But if you keep ignoring the people and you keep allowing these two clowns to keep trashing the royal family, trashing the country, trashing the British media, who were very forgiving, very adoring of both of their both of them in the beginning. It was the American media that actually did Straight Outta Compton and stuff and things like that. It wasn't the British media. But of course they know they can't go after the American media. So of course they're like little bullies in the background kind of going after the ones that they believe they can. And the reason is, like I've said before, is because the British media were the ones that called her out. They called her out on her behaviour. They started to call him out on his behaviour alongside her. They started to expose some of the little truths that were there that were perhaps hidden away in the beginning, because we were all kind of like, oh, Harry's met Meghan and it's all great and whatever it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, the engagement interview, I was not a fan of her anyway, but people who hadn't seen that, or people that didn't see or read between the lines, were wanting Harry and Meghan to work. But the little diva behaviour, the constant changing of the staff members, all these things started to get reported in the media, and the public started to kind of go, what's going on? Maybe this person isn't as lovely as she portrayed herself to be initially. And so people started to dig, and then YouTubers started to pop up and things started to get exposed. And this is why I've always said, that is why they want to control the media. Not because they want to keep everybody safe, because they care. It's because they don't want any of the truth of Meghan's background or stuff regarding Harry. They do not want any of this coming out and seeing the light of day. The truth regarding the children. They don't want that. So if they control the media and they censor everybody, then that in their eyes potentially stops that from happening, which is why they've gone after larger YouTubers to try and silence them. Why they've used their attack dog, and we all know who that is, to kind of go after certain people to silence them. But it's not worked, because he picks the wrong people, because he doesn't really know what he's doing. And like with most things, Harry and Meghan just literally use people, they're flying monkeys, to do their dirty work for them, and then step back and kind of watch it all go around them. And which is ironic, coming from two people who have it's just been exposed that they work an hour a week. An hour a week. Which, are we surprised? Are we surprised that these two work 1 hour a week? And that, ladies and gents, is exactly what the issue was, I believe, in the beginning. They wanted all the money. Harry was very happy to take all the clout, all the money, mixing with celebrities, staying in the nicest hotels, going on the lavish holidays, all of those things. He was very happy to do those things and didn't have to do very much work for that. Meghan comes along, and another one who wants to have all the notoriety, all the fame, all of the money with very little work. She doesn't want to do the hard graft. That's why she marries up. She marries people that can do the hard graft. She's happy to get the little stint in Suits, but she didn't work hard to get that. Her ex helped her get that, and that's the same thing for everything. She literally uses people to get where she needs to be. She doesn't work hard to get there. She doesn't do what so many other actors have done, of work their absolute behind off to claw their way up. Which is why she needed to invent the story of, I come from a very poor background, I worked my way up, I paid my way through university and school, nobody did anything for me, which you can guarantee that's what she's told Harry. Well, actually, the reality is her father did absolutely everything for her, helped get her into the industry to start with, helped her meet the sort of people that she was aligning with, which then gave her the next step on the ladder. She then used them and their connections to then infiltrate and get on that bit of the ladder, and so on and so on and so on, which makes more sense now when she suddenly got into the royal family, where she suddenly had to realise, oh, wait a minute, hang on, I've got to work for this money. I don't just get all this money and all the tiaras and the jewels and going to balls and meeting with dignitaries and, and high profile people and Hollywood opening its doors for me. Oh, I've got to work. I've got to work for it. Hang on a minute. That wasn't part of the contract. So as soon as she realised that it was actually going to care homes or charity, actually doing hard graft, which the royal family do. One of the most hard-working royals is Princess Anne, who is so below the radar. She doesn't do it for clout or fame. She does it because she's passionate about what she does. Catherine, You know, William, they all do this. They all do it because they want to help people. And yet the people of Sussex get lumbered with these two who spent, what, 30, 40 minutes here? I'm having a hot flush. It's happening. Oh, I can feel it coming on. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me, caller. Oh, honestly. Yeah, so I'm sorry if there's noise in the background while I'm doing this. So yeah, this. So to me, this is just the height. They literally do not want to work for anything. They want it all done for them, and yet they expect people just to keep forgiving them. And the reason is because that's what they're used to. Meghan is used to her family enabling her, forgiving her, allowing her outbursts or diva behaviour. Wherever she's been, whatever she's done, people have allowed that diva behaviour. So that's going to continue. The same with Harry. They've allowed this diva behaviour. They've allowed him to be the person that he was. But they also have hidden a lot of things from us. We haven't seen everything that Harry is capable of. He admits that even in his book. He was asked at one point, does he, I think the royal family spoke to him and said, okay, there's this media news article that's going to be coming out about you being caught taking drugs. And Harry was like, that's not me. That's not me. I didn't do that at all. And yet then in his book admits, oh yeah, no, I did. I did take drugs. So he's quite capable of lying. He is quite happy to openly lie. We have seen the lies that they just easily put out there. And why? Because there's no repercussions. The royal family have hidden things or, made sure articles didn't go out there or they've apologised for him. Meghan has had the same. They're pretty much cut from the same cloth, the pair of them, to be honest. And here we are now, years later, still enabling them. They're still being enabled. They have not RSVP'd, and instead of going, you're not coming, you had your chance, you've blown it, we're now not interested, we've got to put these things in. This is a state event. There are things that need to be organised, and yet they're holding on. They're not organising things because they're waiting on their RSVP. Sod that. No, you're not coming. You had your chance, you've blown it, you're now not invited. We're now rescinding the invite. And personally speaking, most of the British people, and I will speak for myself here, do not want him there, do not want them there. They're not going to be bringing the children over, and they know that, and they know that. So this is an excuse. Well, they weren't going to sing happy birthday to Archie on the balcony, so we're not coming. It's not about Archie. Like I said before, when I spin this into kind of looking at our own life, there has been many times, I'm sure, that many of us have done something, arranged something, and there is that one person or one family that just mess you around. How many times have we potentially enabled our own family, our own friends, for fear of losing them, for fear of not having them in their life, for fear of, I don't want to be seen as difficult, I don't want to be seen as nasty. But what you're not doing there is looking at the fact that these people need to take responsibility for their own actions. They are given a guideline, an RSVP, or whatever it is that you might do. And if they go against that, that's then their decision, which then creates you to be okay to make a decision to say, you're not coming. We have to put money and time and effort into sorting this out. And if you cannot respectfully say you're coming or be part of that, then I'm sorry, I'm taking you out of the equation. It is not all about you, which is what Harry and Meghan are doing. They are making it all about them, and it's not. And then we have the media making it all about them, which it's not. Now, personally speaking, like I said, I will be there. I'm going to be going up on the Friday, staying with a friend of mine, and we are hopefully going on the Saturday. How close I will get to everything, I don't know. I will try my very best. I'm not very good in crowds, but I will try my very best. And I'm doing this for you guys. I hope you know how much I love you, because I don't do crowds, but I'm going to do this for you to hopefully get some footage. And I'm hopefully going to interview some people as well. So I really, really hope that that I can get something and get some people that, I mean, I'm possibly going to get people that won't want to talk to me, but hopefully I will get some that will talk to me. Now, if there's anyone that wants any questions asked, and respectful questions, because obviously I've got to be careful what I do ask people. But if you have anything that you would like me to ask people when I'm in London, then please put them in the comments below or email me, and I will take a list of some questions and I will ask them for people on this channel. But yeah, so let me know. But yeah, so I personally hope they don't turn up. I really, 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 really don't want them to turn up. And if you didn't get that, I really don't want them to turn up. But yeah, we shall see. So I'm very excited. This is a historic, nearly didn't get that word out, historic event. And so I am really excited to be part of that. So yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget, like I say, please put your questions below if you want me to ask questions for the people. And I will be kind of reiterating that because obviously it's going to be in a few weeks. So I'm still going to be doing videos before that. So I will keep reiterating those things. If there's anything you would like me to talk about on this channel, because like I say, it's unfortunately the Harry and Meghan stuff are the only things that seem to get the views. My last video didn't do very well. Not quite sure why. I'm wondering if it was kind of flagged, because I've been doing really quite well on my views, but that particular video only got 11,000 views. And bearing in mind, I've got now over 30,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you so much. That's really low. That is really low. So I wonder if I was flagged. So yeah, but I don't know, because I guess sometimes it's still going to happen. Maybe because I put bullying in the title or something, I don't know. But there's possibly a reason why that didn't do so well. But anyway, so please don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, then please do. Don't forget also, like I say, if you want more therapeutic things, go across and check out my other channel called Just Therapy UK, and hopefully subscribe there too, even if it's just to support the channel. You know, I've got 30,000 subscribers here. So even if you just come across, even if it's not something you're interested in, you don't have to put the notifications on, but just go across and subscribe. That would really, really help, because it gets me on the algorithm and it starts getting the video circulated, which hopefully will help other people. So even if you can't do anything else, then that is kind of like paying it forward, because those videos will circulate. If you haven't joined me on TikTok, I'm also over there. I'm on Instagram as TN Therapy and Just Therapy UK. If you would like to buy me a cup of tea, that would be more than welcome. The link is in the description box below, but you can also click on just above the subscribe button, where there are things there where you can click on and see it there. For those of you who still keep asking whether or not you can send me something or after something, you can absolutely. There is a PO box. Also in the description box, you can join, you can send me something there. You can buy my merchandise. Yeah, pretty much everything you need to know will be there. So if you want to do that, then that would be lovely. It's not obligatory, because I appreciate we are in a cost of living crisis right now. So the first thing is look after yourself first and foremost. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. I will be doing another one this week. So as always, take care of yourself. Remember that I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Bye-bye.